Hey everybody, this is Kenny Cummins here of Chilling with Kenny C right here on TMVcafe.com, bringing you entertainment to your ears. And there's a saying that there's a first time for everything. So, with that being said, my guest is a professional wrestler from Kentucky, and she goes by the name of Lucy B. Sweet. She is with me right now. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me, Kenny. This is awesome. It's my first podcast, so I'm
Wow, so
excited.
it's pretty cool. So I hope I make a good impression then.
I hope I make a good
Uh,
impression.
so yeah, we'll go through this together for sure.
All right.
This is our first time interacting with each other. So
Yep.
talk about your wrestling journey. How did you get started into wrestling?
Well, I got started a couple of years ago. Um, I'd been married for about 8 years. I had a couple of kids, and then we got divorced. And he kind of made fun of me a little bit the whole time we were married because I was like, hey, if I wanted to be a wrestler, would you support it? And he was like, yeah, whatever. So we got married. I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna go do this now. And so I came down here to Louisville, started training at OVW, and training's been a bit wonky the last couple years here at OVW. I was the first class back after COVID, and they kind of didn't know exactly how they were rebranding the school. Um, so training was kind of off and on there, but I've been doing it for about 2 years now, and I'm just now really starting to get out and have matches. So I'm
So
just starting.
yeah, obviously in the aftermath of COVID, you know, people are getting back to the swing of things, trying to figure out what to do and where to go from there.
Hmm.
So it was definitely a challenging time for everybody, obviously, especially those that was trying to get started into training or trying to get back
Yep.
into training around that time frame. So the fact that you went through that phase and went through the adversity, um, and here you are being active and training more, and now you're getting some matches and you're
Yep.
getting to travel and get your name out there.
Yes,
Um,
that's what I'm excited about most is just getting out there.
so for sure. Now as far as you know, back to the training side, how would you describe the experience? What was the one thing that you enjoyed the most? What was the one thing that you learned the most of doing the training? You know, getting to the field, the learning the fundamentals. What was some of the things that you enjoyed the most as far as the training process?
Honestly, just being able to do it. Because I've wanted to be a professional wrestler since I was like 7 years old, and it's all I've ever wanted to do. So just being able to just get in there and do it was the most exciting thing about it. And just being able to learn anything I was taught. So just being able to do it.
For sure, for sure. Just you know, learning, taking notes, whether it's on a pen
Yeah.
and paper or off the top of the head. And the beauty of wrestling is that it's just to use a life analogy. You can always learn just because you get the hang of it. It doesn't mean that it stops. You still can learn so much more.
Oh yeah. Like
So
yeah, I've learned a lot in the last 2 years that I've been here, but every day I still learn something new. Like I do, and I will never stop learning something new.
so now that you're starting to do matches, you traveling. Um, how do you feel about your progress? As far as getting yourself out there as a performer, how are you feeling about your progress thus far performing in front of a crowd and stuff?
It's still very nerve-wracking to get out there, and my progress isn't, it's not bad, it's not great. I'm still really green, but I'm getting better. So it's just being able to get in there and just get the reps in. So my progress isn't bad, but it's getting there. Definitely better than I was when I started.
For sure. So obviously, it's kind of like riding a bike. Sometimes it takes time to get the feel for it. And once the training wheels come off and you really get a chance to flourish a lot more,
Hmm.
then then everything else falls into place. So at
Yeah, it does.
least you're getting some opportunities. At least there's promoters out there that's looking at Lucy B. Sweet and say, hey, I see something in her. Let me get her on the show and see
Yeah.
and let her showcase her talents and to show the fans what she's capable of. Uh, so I noticed on your Facebook you
Hmm.
got some events coming up. You got
Yes.
something coming up on Derby Day.
Yes.
You actually are going to be at the Alabama this coming Saturday.
Yep.
So talk about this particular show and what you got in store on that particular show.
Well, this Saturday we're going to be in Alabama. Guy messaged me on Facebook, asked if I want to be a part of his show, and I said absolutely. I'm going to be wrestling Vanessa Holiday. Only met the girl once, but I'm pretty confident I can take her down. So she's going to look out for me on Saturday. Um, but yeah, that's where we're going to be. So
I am
yeah,
familiar with Vanessa Holiday,
okay.
also in the Louisville area.
Yep.
She's been training for at Grindhouse Pro
Yep. She's
Wrestling
been at Grindhouse.
at
Yep. I've had an eye on her.
at Jeffersonville at the arena. They just had their big show this past weekend called
Yep.
Rise. So she's still young in her career, similar to yours. So the fact that, you know, you get a chance to learn from each other while beat the crap out of each other. Uh,
Yep.
so
That's the best way to learn.
that's the best way to learn.
It is beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, just give Alabama a show, and two Kentucky gals, just an all out brawl. So
Oh, we will, and they will never forget us. They'll want us back.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So that is this coming Saturday
Yes,
at
Saturday,
Alabama,
May 4th.
May 4th, aka Star Wars Day.
Yep.
May
Star Wars Day, Derby Day.
yeah. How ironic. Both of those days fall into that day.
Yep.
So yeah, we live in Kentucky. We know how big the Derby is. Everybody, that's the one day of the year when all the celebrities show up for a few hours for like a 2-3 minute race, and then they're
Yep.
gone. Like, so that's
Yep.
kind of odd. Like only in Kentucky, we can have a bunch of celebrities come aboard for a 2-3 minute race. Um,
Yep.
you can't get that
But
anywhere else.
you can't, but it's a big thing here.
Yeah,
So, and I've
it is.
seen people in and out all week already. They're ready for it.
So you got your match coming up with Vanessa on
Yeah.
Saturday. Um, who out there would you like to go up against? Who are some? Give me some names of people that you would like to go toe to toe with in the foreseeable future. Who's on your radar as far as people you want to work with one day?
Definitely a lot of the girls at Ohio Valley Wrestling, especially Hollywood Haley J. I love her. I would love to be able to wrestle her. Um, Tegan Rose from Supreme Wrestling. Let's see. I just had someone else in mind, and I don't know who it was, but there's quite a few. Dream Girl Ellie, she's someone I'd love to get in there with too.
Mm-hmm.
But really, I'll get in there with anybody. Anybody you want to throw at me, I'll get in there and I'll go. I'm not afraid to take on anybody.
Hollywood Haley J. Very,
Yep,
very busy lady these days.
she is.
OVW in particular, still gaining traction, momentum from wrestlers. Um, the Davis Arena is packed, you know. So
Yep.
the tickets are selling a lot quicker than usual. Um,
Hmm.
I love Mr. Tegan Rose. I've interviewed her before. I know she's recovering from an injury last time I heard,
Yeah.
but she'll be getting back in the ring in the future.
Very soon,
And
hopefully.
so love me some Tegan Rose. Of course, Dream Girl Ellie, fellow OVW girl.
Yep.
Um, and she was at AEW this past weekend in Jacksonville. Um,
Okay.
for I think for Ring of Honor taping actually.
Yeah.
So she's making strides as well. So the women's division is killing it.
Hmm.
For it's just it's fun to watch.
It is.
So
Sometimes I think they're doing better things than the guys are.
for sure. Oh yeah. They doing awesome, and I'm just happy for this resurgence of OVW. Just everybody involved. They got the national tour going on. They're doing
Yes.
their weekly shows on Thursdays, and
Yep.
they're eventually gonna have their summer tour to on top of their national tours. So these next
Hmm.
few months gonna be very very busy
It
for
is, yes, because they had two shows, I think, on the same day last
yeah
week. So
yeah
yeah,
that's yeah.
yeah,
Business is picking up, as Jim Ross would like to say. Um, so Lucy B. Sweet, who's some of your inspirations? Who's some of those that inspire you as a performer?
um, a lot of Trish Stratus and Lita. I grew up watching them, loving them. They're definitely my favorites. Um, Angelina Love, Mickey James, Melina, Victoria. A lot of those girls I really get inspiration from, and I really want to take in a lot from their move sets to put into mine, as long as I can pull it off. Um, as far as the guys go, I always loved Edge and the Hardys and just little high flying guys. I love them. But yeah, those are some of my favorites, some of my inspirations.
I love me some Lita and some Trish,
Yes.
and looking back at their contributions, I'm glad they existed in the Attitude Era because
I am too.
it just looking back at the women's division from where they were then to where they were now,
Hmm.
they went through so much just to get
They
the
did.
airtime.
They did. They
And
paved the way for the rest of us.
I just imagine if they would have had the same opportunities that today's women's division had now. Because now you're getting main events as in plural. Now you're getting WrestleMania main events. Now you're getting multiple championships. Everybody had to compete for one championship.
Hmm.
Of course, there was the Divas Championship that came late after them, but they paved the way for the woman that we see today.
Yes,
Victoria, I mean, Mickey is still going for crying out loud.
she
Uh,
is. She's actually
she,
working with OVW, and I've gotten to
yeah,
know her a little bit, and she's pretty cool. So that's like a
Mickey,
dream come true just to be able to work with her.
Mickey is a joy
She
to
is.
talk to, and seeing her in in her new role with
Hmm.
OVW definitely was a full circle moment for her. Um,
Definitely.
so, and OVW, they got history with so many people before they went to superstardom.
Yes.
So with Mickey, she's just she's she still can go. She still
She
can be
can.
mentor. She still can do anything she sets her mind to it. And her
Definitely.
husband, I must say, the husband, very, very nice suits he be wearing. Um,
Yes.
yeah, Nick Aldis, he's it's good to see some gentlemen still show that side that's prestige,
Yes.
elegance
Yes.
with the apparel with their
Yes.
so
Not
yeah.
many do that anymore. Not many can pull it off, but he definitely does.
Yeah, I may have to have a word with his people. Like, man, can I borrow one of your suits? Maybe I should ask him it just days before the Derby, because I'm just saying, like, yeah. But man, Lucy, where can people find you on social media? Where can they check you out as you continue to go on with your wrestling journey?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And they're all just Lucy B. Sweet. And you'll find me. And on YouTube, just whenever I have matches, if it's available to be posted on there, I'll get it posted. Other than that, I think you probably pretty much just have to come in person maybe to see me. I don't know. But any social media there is, I'm on it. So you can feel free to follow me on all of them.
So check out Lucy B. Sweet at Alabama this coming Saturday, May the 4th. May Mayhem is
Hmm.
at Russellville, Alabama. Uh, check out that show. Vanessa Holiday versus Lucy B. Sweet, and a plethora of familiar faces in the Alabama area. So please support that show. Please support independent wrestling. Continue to support independent wrestling. Not just when it's convenient, but just support it any chance you get. Um, and support Lucy B. Sweet as she continues her journey as a wrestler. She is on to really good things.
I
So
hope
just
so.
so have fun at Alabama this weekend.
I'm gonna
Thank you
try. I've
so
never been
much.
to Alabama, so
Wow, it's your first time. Okay, first
yep,
time. So that's going to be quite an experience there.
yep.
Um, so you got any final words you want to say to the fans, to your peers, or just final words you want to say?
I do have a few more shows coming up,
Mhm.
which I'll be posting them on my page as they get closer. But I do know there's one in Illinois. I'm gonna be going against Charlie Pierce, which I'm excited about that. She's actually my daughter's favorite, so that's gonna be fun. I have another show at Indiana Heritage Wrestling. I believe I'm gonna be facing Madison Payne. Um, and then I'll be at Supreme on Saturdays when I'm not booked elsewhere. So you can see me at all these places. Other than that, just, feel free to reach out, get to know me, follow me on my social medias, come watch me at the shows, and just support me. That's really all I ask.
Now that match with Charlie is going to be very interesting, considering that is your daughter's favorite wrestler,
Yes.
and that's yeah, the family household is going to be quite interesting going
Yes.
into. Um, Now, obviously, with fans, they're going to cheer and boo whoever. But
Hmm.
I mean, even if that's her favorite wrestler, that that's her mama going up against. Come on, she got one for moms. Why you would think you got one for moms?
Thanks. The very first match I was in was the Nightmare Rumble for OVW, and Charlie was in that match as well. We didn't face off in there or anything, but we were both in it. And before the match, my daughter still told me she hoped Charlie won.
Oh my goodness.
So it's okay. If Charlie wins and it makes her happy, that's fine. But if I win, then I'm sure she'll be happy too.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
And so of course that's Charlie, formerly known as Charlie Cool. She's
Did I
gone.
call her Charlie Cruel?
Yeah, no,
I
you call her by her actual name. So you got her name right. I was just saying formerly known as Charlie Cool.
Yeah.
So thank you, Lucy B. Sweet. This was your first podcast interview you did, so
It
I'm
is, yes.
glad. I'm glad I was the first. That's
You too.
I'm
This has been
always
a good experience.
so I'm glad that you had a good experience, and hopefully we do more of these once your schedule picks up a lot more. So thank you for your time. You enjoy your day. You enjoy your evening. Thanks again.
Thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed this.
All right, you have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right.